Hello, this is Pranay, and we are representing ACTIVECharge, a University of Maryland wind innovation company. And we are developing a solution permanently and that permanently reduces wind turbine blade monitoring and operation and maintenance cost. The wind turbine blades are very large and becoming larger, and it's becoming even more expensive to monitor and to operate them. It's estimated that almost 25% of the whole O&M, operation and maintenance cost for the whole wind turbine, is taken up by the blades. Even more interestingly, the insurance claims for issues related to the blades is 42%, meaning they break down much more than other components of the wind turbines because they're always exposed to wind, to dust, to rain, to snow, and of course, moisture. Now, it's also important to see that the insurance claims for these blades, once a problem happens today, can go on anywhere from $100,000 to almost $1 million. These are big costs. And why is that? Because today we do not have adequate means to monitor the blades. So the problems that start in a blade, for example, a crack, since we are not able to monitor it properly, it becomes a bigger issue and it results in a catastrophic failures. I mean, of course, we can send people up the large, very tall wind turbines, but it's risky, it's costly. And of course, it has human error. But also, if we put a battery in the wind turbine sensor, that battery will run down eventually. And then it's a very expensive proposition to keep on changing the batteries. And we have to stop the whole wind turbine to do that. We can send drones, but they cannot be sent all the time. And of course, they will miss out on a few things. And it's also costs a lot of money. And as blades keep on growing bigger and bigger, we need more data, not less. And with that, we as ACTIVECharge, we have brought a new solution to take care of this problem and provide continuous, reliable data from the wind turbine blades. Our solution is self-powered. It does not require any power from outside. It is compatible with every kind of sensor. And of course, with the data that's continuously coming in, we can have predictive analytics, meaning we will identify a problem much before it becomes a catastrophic failure, and therefore we can prevent so many of the issues and such high costs with blade operation and maintenance, and it becomes a very, very profitable venture for the blade operators, for the wind turbine operators, as well as for manufacturers. It is estimated, based on our industry research and analysis, that if we do not have any monitoring or have a limited monitoring, as you can see, the blades can develop issues. And then if it is undetected, the whole blade can break. And that can be a very expensive proposition. And this is actually what happened in October, just 1.5, 2 months back in Iowa, where one blade just broke off. And not only this wind turbine, but 46 other wind turbines in the whole wind farm had to be stopped, checked, and that could possibly take the profit margin for the whole year for this wind farm. In our case, if there is a small issue, we can detect it early on. And instead of $1 million issue, we maintain it, we keep it to 50,000 or 75,000, and thereby permanently reducing the cost of blade O&M. We have a pretty growing market in front of us. Of course, there are 700,000 blades in operation right now, but more importantly, even more blades are being installed for the next 20 to 30 years. We estimate about 40,000 more new blades will be installed every year for the next several years. Okay? Now, this solves another problem because recycling the blades that need to be replaced is becoming a problem. And if we can reduce the number of blades that break off, that solves another environmental issue. From a market perspective, we have the main market is OEM. The best is if we can have these blades installed in the blades when the blades are being manufactured. So therefore, with that perspective, Vestas, GE Renewable Energy, Siemens Gamesa, Nordex, Goldwind of China, many of them are our potential customers. And we can have a licensing agreement with them. We have some kind of collaboration with them. There are different business models that we are discussing with them. And in fact, we are in touch with at least 3 of the large and some small wind turbine manufacturers. The second market for us are the current portfolio owners, those who have wind turbines already installed in the field, and we are able to go in and install our device in the blades that are on the field. We have another avenue to the market, and which are the value-added resellers who provide services to the current wind turbine owners, and they can resell our solution to them and under their own service agreement. And this can become very interesting after the wind turbines run out of warranty after 5, 7, 8, 10 years. We are working with the wind turbine owners on one hand and the manufacturers so that if there is any conflict, it can be resolved easily. What we are doing is at the cutting edge of the research in this area. And of course, there are people who are working with fiber optics and also fiber optic sensors. And the interesting thing is we can also work with fiber optics. And what we don't need to do is provide any kind of slipstreams, mechanical issues with those sensors, because we have our own power source, which can even work with any kind of sensor. So we do not have the issue of having to connect even the fiber optic from optical cable to electrical signal and some mechanical joint in between. We do not have that. And of course, all the data that we produce continuously from turbine blades, we are able to analyze it and integrate that with the wind turbine controller for very, very high efficiency and uptime. We also believe that we have the right combination of skills in-house to make it a success. Me personally, I have been working in the renewable energy arena for the last 20 years, and I have worked in the wind energy ever since 1995, which was the first wind energy farm in India. And also I worked with several other companies in the renewable energy space. I'm quite familiar with the renewable energy market forces globally. Dr. Subham, my partner, he is focused on these energy, on innovation for combining the self-energy as well as the sensor and data analytics so that we can provide a complete solution to the market. And of course, we had tested our device in the lab, but fortunately, as part of the F3Tech program during the last few months, we were actually able to test our device in field in Talbot County, and that provided us a lot of data. And the next set of tests are planned with US Wind, which has the license to build Maryland's first offshore wind farm, but they also have wind turbines in Europe. And of course, Exelon, one of our partners, they have made a strategic contribution, financial contribution to us as well. And we are looking forward to testing our solution with their existing wind turbines. Our milestones and financial numbers are as follows, that we have been able to develop and install this in some of the devices now. But of course, we're looking for our commercial launch in 2022, and of course, reaching profitability within 2.5, 3 years. And good news is that we were Maryland Governor's Future 20 list last month. And to add to that, we have just been awarded Maryland Industrial Partnership Award, and this can be a multi-year award for developing our solution. And this is on top of the 2 rounds of funding award that we have received from TEDCO and financial contribution from Exelon. We thank you for your time, and we are ready to answer any questions. Thank you.